We are going to do a little bit of a introduction here for you to your quadcopter and some of the features and the setup for it. So here it is, and what I'm going to do is start with your transmitter. So we'll go ahead and take a look at that. Okay, we have your transmitter here, the DX8. I color-coded your switches here just to make it a little bit easier when you're out in the field flying to remember what does what. Blue is your flight mode switch. So in the back position, it's in GPS mode. If you go into the center position or position 1, that is attitude mode, and then position 2 or all the way forward is manual mode. I have this default. I always start out in GPS mode. Then right back here, we've got this one right here is your gear. But what this functions, what it does is your strobe light. You'll hit that, your strobe light will come on. And then, of course, over here we have the red back here. Your red is your fail-safe, so it doesn't matter which flight mode you're in, whether you're in GPS, attitude, or manual mode. Once you're flying and you're in any of those modes, if you hit your return to home fail-safe back here, flicking that forward just like this will put you in a fail-safe return to home mode, and it will come back and it will auto-land where you took off at. It's one thing you want to keep in mind, depending on where you take off. You want to make sure there aren't any sort of like anything it might land on if it has to come back on its return to home. And of course, your gains are right here. I have that set up to that knob, John, because the size of your quad, it's pretty big to be able to carry both of the batteries that you see on there, plus your gimbal, and then your other equipment. So 10-inch blades, will work. I would recommend 12-inch blades if you're running both batteries. If you're running one battery and you're trying to do, maybe a 15, 16-minute flight, and you're just doing one battery, 10-inch blades should be sufficient in there. So we're going back to the transmitter here. That's kind of an overview of what your switches will do. And again, that one's set up to your gains. So when you're flying, if it seems like it's a little bit jittery or if it oscillates at all, they call it the toilet bowl effect, you'll rotate this up for higher gains and then down for lower gains. So you just adjust that as needed. Right now I've got it set to where it flies pretty good, and the gains are set where I think they need to be. Let's move on to the quad. Here is this battery, the small 2S battery here. This is going to power your FPV equipment. This little balance plug will plug right into here, which will then power on your transmitter. Okay, if you can see that there's the Fat Shark transmitter. And we got that set up. That will automatically come on when you plug in the balance lead there. And then you can see you got the Fat Shark cable for the camera coming directly out there. And that goes right into the GoPro right here. So that's already all set up for you. So once you plug in your FPV equipment, it'll actually charge your GoPro. So it's simple. Just plug that in there, and that will turn on your transmitter for your FPV equipment. And then on your headset, you'll just plug the battery into the side of it. Here we go, John. We've got that. Make sure your antenna's on there. And then what you'll do is you'll just plug this right into the port that you see there. So plug that in. Then you plug in. You see the balance port? Plug this in right to there. And then turn on your camera. Just hold that button down there for your GoPro. And that's all you need to do. You'll get the image in your goggles, and you'll be ready to rock and roll on that. One of the other things about this quad that's really cool is that, again, I've designed this to be a folding quad. So what we'll do is here, I've got this set up to where I'll pull the arm back here. Try to do this one-handed. Oh, there we go. Bring that arm back. There we go. Bring that arm back there. As you can see, and then the two back ones. There we go. And there she is, all folded up. Awesome. And so that way you can transport her, easier, and you don't have to worry about, it taking up too much space and everything. And yeah, straight to rock and roll. Pretty awesome. When you do unfold these and then you let them clip into place here, just like that. This little hole right here, I've got a tiny little bolt that I'm going to include here. And this actually, you don't have to, but I just slide those right in there like that, and that'll hold it in place from if it were to come out of the little fastener down here. So, which it typically doesn't, but I'm going to include those anyway. Sometimes, I'll put those in and that way I don't have to worry about it. But anywho, that's how that works. So that's kind of the overview of your quad there, John. If you have any other questions, just let me know, and then I'll have a little bit of a flight test here for you here in just a little bit. Thanks. Something else I want to point out here on your blades. So I'm standing in front of the quad and it's facing me. So right here, you're going to have clockwise rotation, and the same thing back here, and this will also be clockwise. And then, of course, right here, you're going to have counterclockwise. So that's how you want to put your blades on. Once you get your blades, you just want to make sure that, if this thing is spinning counterclockwise, you want to make sure that you got the correct blade on there. You'll set those blades on there, and then you'll just put, I just use like a small screwdriver here, but you just put them through that little hole right there and get to focus here. And that's how you'll tighten it down and get those nice and snug. And other than that, should be good to go. All right, we're going to do a quick flight test. This is without the gimbal mounted. This is just a quick flight test. We're going to take a quick look. Looks like it's got its satellites. And just for safety reasons, we're going to move this out here into the soft area. Let's see what we end up with here. Okay, so far so good. What she's been doing is she's hovering real good. Okay. So far so good. All right. Catch yourself there. Looks like it's super stable. All right. So far, so good. Okay. Gains look like they're pretty good. All right, so far so good. All right. I'm gonna land it. Okay, here we go. Coming in for a landing. Awesome. That was sweet. Flies super good, super stable. Awesome, and then we got this strobe light. Let's turn that on. It's pretty cool. All right. That was a good test. Thanks for watching.